Ati financial for him Obibia Kwabason Kwendo by Delay Update TV so and I have been training news because Ghana Fanning is awesome. Any can our subscribe to our channel now so I didn't cheat bit in the ball comment section or you need magic pass a can come out in some of his official more than for Sony Biashi. NDC for your press conference. So Nketia said Nketia.
Absolutely. Our dearly beloved Ghanaians, we wish all of you a blessed New Year 2024. From all indications and deducing from the uninspiring 2024 budget statement and economic policy prepared by Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and Ken Ofurata, we are convinced 2024 will be a difficult year, filled with economic hardships. This is because the MPP government has once again, in their final year, piled more taxes on businesses and Ghanaians. Having pushed pushed 850,000 Ghanaians into the poverty bracket in 2022 alone due to the mismanagement of the economy and uncontrolled corruption. One would have expected the government to have given suffering Ghanaians some reprieve, at least in its final year. Unfortunately, there is no joy because Ghanaians are suffering. The economy is bankrupt and Ghana has defaulted on its debt obligations, with some sent to their early graves, haircuts meted out to many families. Ladies and gentlemen, on one hand, even though 2024 will be a difficult year, filled with economic hardship because of the mismanagement of the economy, on the other hand, 2024 also brings hope. Hope because the non-performing government is on its way out of office. Again, 2024 brings hope because on December 7th, you will have the singular opportunity to vote for the experienced and visionary flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, as the next president of the Republic of Ghana. He is the man who handed over to this government the following: 3 active oil producing and revenue generating fields. He took over only one from President Atanos at that time. And at the time of handing over, there were 3 active oil producing and revenue generating fields. Robust streams of revenue, including the energy sector levy. Strong economic buffers, including sinking fund and stabilization fund. Strong economic growth pools. We handed over the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund and an impressive credit and economic rating of a B+. Sadly, On January 7th, 2025, the incompetent government of Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia will be handing over an economy on the verge of collapse to Mahama. We know Mahama will fix it. I urge you to vote massively and convincingly from John Dramani Mahama, because he is the man with the vision, the experience, the empathy to restore Ghana's economy to good health and to create well-paying jobs for all Ghanaians, including the youth. Creating opportunities for all is one of the key reasons we are determined to win this election in order to implement the 24-hour economic policy. Ladies and gentlemen, every evidence and indicator shows the NDC will win the 2024 elections. Beyond the polls published by pollsters, our series of internal research consistently points to a one-third victory for John Dramani Mahama with a convincing working majority in Parliament. However, we are not complacent, because polls alone do not confer victory on a political party in elections. Moreover, it's being said that those who vote decide nothing, but those who count the votes decide everything. We are conscious of the fact that our opponents who control the state machinery do not believe in fairness at all. That is why we are assuring Ghanaians that we will not rest, we will not tire, and we will not falter. We will not relent until every vote is cast, every vote is counted, and every vote is made to count by the Jimensa-led Electoral Commission. We will not rest until we ensure every single Ghanaian is protected. The dastardly murder of 8 Ghanaians to make Akufo-Addo president in 2020 must not be repeated in 2024. The blood of the murdered 8 shall remain a stain on the Akufo-Addo Bawumia's second term record forever. Instead of President Akufo-Addo demanding congratulations from President John Dramani Mahama, as we are picking from the media, we suggest that he must listen to his predecessor when he says he's the only person who has a predecessor who will become his successor. When President Mahama says the use of tax and rogue elements within the security agencies to disrupt elections in some parts of the country as occurred in 2020 elections, leading to the loss of 8 lives, will forever be remembered as Ghana's day of infamy, unquote. Nana Addo must also take a cue from Mr. Mahama when he adds that it is unconscionable that 3 years after these tragic events, our President Nana Akufo-Addo has not uttered even a word of sympathy to the bereaved families. Ladies and gentlemen, Nana Akufo-Addo should rather be implementing the recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry, which he himself set up, that interrogated the actors and victims of the Ayawaso West Wogon by-election violence, and not be worried over congratulations from our flag bearer. We will not congratulate anybody who murders Ghanaians to secure power. We will not. Similarly, he must not only be apologizing to the people of Central Kofi, Akpafu, Likee, and Lolobi for disenfranchising them in 2020, but also he must be ensuring their representation in Parliament is restored. Let me assure you, fellow Ghanaians, as we commemorate 31 years of the 1992 Constitution that restored Ghana to democratic governance, that the next NDC government shall deliver justice to all victims of this government's misrule. And we mean it. We shall go after the perpetrators who murdered the 8 Ghanaians during the 2020 elections, even if they murder more in 2024. We shall find the perpetrators. They can run, but they cannot hide. And we shall punish the perpetrators when we win power on December 7th this year. Ladies and gentlemen, as happens during every election year, we expect our offices to be inundated with invitations to participate in events and activities to promote peaceful elections. While we appreciate the efforts of such religious leaders, traditional authorities, and civil society organizations, NDC believes that the way to solve a problem is to deal with its root causes. We urge them to add their collective voices to our call to state institutions involved in the conduct of the 2024 elections to approach their duties with professionalism, fairness, and honesty. The officials serving in these institutions, i.e., the security, judiciary, and the electoral commission, must constantly be reminded of their oaths of office, which impose on them onerous responsibilities to secure and protect the interests and not any other interest, the interests of mother Ghana. That is what the oath they swore to take the office imposed on them. Nana Akufo-Addo must be reminded of his presidential oath and his oath of allegiance on the 7th, the repetition on 2021, which imposed on him specific duties and responsibilities to ensure in one people. He must be called out to abandon his partisan commitment, which he has expressed publicly, that he will do whatever is in his power during the remaining term in office to hand over power to an MPP successor. He wants to choose his successor.
I think for me, I think some I see doing Nketia about one to make a concern, but I don't go for the all my Mahama pressure. Say I didn't know one congratulating no election a term. I'm on no beside the second term no. And I'm not saying Nketia about one thing. I say, what you congratulate I don't go for no. For the major a new year, no, a bit present, and if I'm not a winner, won't mean yes, I win it, but. Hindi kan say hindi di kan oba ha. The mind nothing so share mind. You don't be as oba the